Good night, Clark.
Oh, she gave him a kiss goodnight. Get in there, Clark. You hit that shit. But boyfriend Whitney sees, and he doesn't like that. Not one bit. So the next day, Clark visits Lex to tell him he can't keep the car.
No, it's not that. I can't keep it.
Clark, you saved my life. I think it's the least I can do. Your father doesn't like me, does he? It's okay. I've been bald since I was 9.
What?
We are the future, Clark. And I don't want anything to stand in the way of our friendship.
So, they finally get back to the guy with Raiden powers, and I'm not going to cut this bit, just watch and see how long it takes them to figure this out.
That's the third guy this week.
And they're all former jocks.
Who's the weirdo?
I don't know. Let's check him out. His name's Jeremy Creek. This is a picture of him 12 years ago. This is one I took 4 hours ago.
That's impossible. He'd be like 26 today. Must be a kid who looks like him.
My money was on the evil twin theory, till we checked his missing persons.
Jeremy disappeared from the state infirmary a few days ago where he'd been in a coma for 12 years. They say he suffered from massive electrolyte imbalance.
That's why he hasn't aged a day.
So you tell me he just woke up?
Well, no, there was a huge electrical storm and the hospital's generator went down. And when it came back on, Jeremy was gone.
Electricity must have charged him up like a Duracell.
And now he's back in Smallville putting former jocks into comas. Why?
Because 12 years ago today, they chose Jeremy Creek as the scarecrow.
Comatose boy found in field 20 yards from meteor strike.
The exposure to the blast must have done something to his body.
No, this...
Jesus. Monk, Sherlock Holmes, and House wouldn't be able to put it together that fast.
I think you ought to show him.
Show me what?
Chloe and Pete tell Clark all about their Wall of Weird, as they call it, which is basically a large collection of all the information they could find on unexplained phenomena and strange paranormal activity that's happened in the 12 years since the meteor shower. It's basically like their X-Files.
Anna?
But then Clark gets all upset because he feels responsible for causing the meteor shower and hence the death of Lana Lang's parents. And he loves Lana Lang, yes he does!
My fault. It's all my fault.
Whitney then attacks Clark, who can't defend himself because he's been weakened by Lana's necklace, which Whitney is now wearing.
What's going on with you and Lana?
Nothing.
Huh?
Wanna smell my fingers? 2 in the pink. What? He's putting his girlfriend's necklace on Clark. Why would he do that? That doesn't make any sense. So they crucify Clark. The S stands for Scarecrow, by the way, since the football team is called the Crows. Isn't that imaginative of them? Lex is just driving home when he sees the kid from the cornfield that he met when he was a little boy. So then he starts having some flashbacks and naturally wants to wander about in the cornfield where it all happened. But that's okay because he stumbles across Clark and promptly frees him from his shackles.
Doesn't matter.
They're precious.
Clark.
Now that the kryptonite's off, Clark is rejuvenated and goes to stop the electric guy. Lex picks up the necklace. Yeah, you throw that guy, Clark.
Give it up, Jeremy.
Hey, he just started the car. What's he doing hanging around high schools? He can make a fortune as a car thief. So then he rams Clark through a wall and bursts a water pipe. What are you waiting for? So with the kid trapped in the car full of water, he accidentally electrocutes himself. So being covered in water apparently drains his powers and returns him to normal.
Where am I?
And gives him amnesia?
I'm Clark Kent. You're in Smallville.
And Uran?
I want to go home.
Too bad, you're going to... But before Clark goes home with a job well done, he decides to get some payback on Whitney by stacking all the guys' cars on top of each other.
Who did this to my truck?
So the moral of the story appears to be, if someone screws you over, then you screw them right back.